unlock 250 bonus bits every 10 subs. Thank you, Twitch. Please don't give me that message again. Okay, let me get some stuff set up here. Let me send out the Discord notification. Okay, I should I need to make some updates to the Discord. Because I need to make like the live streams channel like an announcement thing, and I need to actually like make another announcement channel for like saying what I'm gonna be doing, other than just leaving it in general somewhere. But it's fine. Okay, let me throw this over here. Go away. All right. Let me show you my screen. Bam. All right. So, when we left off, I had just made some UI stuff. And I realize that I'm pretty sure there's a bug. And we're gonna see whether or not I'm right. So, what I think, hang on, let me, I don't know how loud it is on stream, but I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit here. Okay. It's loud in my ear. So, added these drop downs so that you can, you know, edit stuff. And it's not constantly displayed because it gets a little bit messy when like all of these are showing. You know, it's kind of hard to look at. So, and if I like expand this thing, let me connect the bot, and I type exclamation point, like disable command, and I'll just do feed for now. If I do that, it's gonna disable feed, and it keeps this popped open, right? And the way that it does that is it stores the fact that this is popped open. It removes everything from the list, and then it recreates everything displayed here every time it updates. And that's because in the future, eventually I want to add like filters and sorting and stuff like that to make it a lot easier. So it's just simpler if you like remove everything and then re-add it in the way that you want. But I'm pretty sure the code that I added to like store whether or not this is expanded does not take into account when you add a new command. So I'm going to test it here. Currently have no errors. I'm going to see if actually adding a new command breaks it. And I think it's either going to crash or it's just going to print an error. My money is on the fact that it's going to crash. I think it's going to crash as soon as I hit this create button. Let's find out. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to disconnect just in case. Okay. it did crash. Fantastic. And it crashed. I think I know why it crashed. So over here, so I'm creating a dictionary here, and I'm storing the state of like whether or not the thing is expanded. And then when I loop through all the commands, I checked that dictionary. Now, obviously, if I create a new command, it's not going to be in this dictionary because it doesn't have a state yet. It doesn't have like what's showing. So it's not going to be in here. So instead of just directly accessing that dictionary, I think what needs to happen is I need to say, I'll comment that out. I want to say this dot try, there should be a try get value here. Yeah. So this will return true if it did successfully get the value. Then I can pass it the command. And then I can do out var display toggle state. Just say that. So this is the dictionary, it's plural, this is just the singular one. So if the dictionary contains the value and the actual value is true, then swap them. Otherwise, obviously, if the dictionary does not contain that value, then there's nothing to swap. Actually, do I want to do that? Or do I want to have it expanded by default? I feel like I kind of want to have it expanded by default, right? So I almost want to say, so if the value is not there, or if it is there and the toggle state is true. I think this is correct. Let's see. So I wonder if it did actually like create the new command under the hood. I think it did, and it just didn't update the UI. Yeah, see, it's right here. Okay, so if I yeet that, and then I create it, nice. Okay, so it's here and it's expanded by default. So now if I, expand this one, for example, connect it real quick and say exclam enable command feed. So the feed command should turn back green. And then both add quote and example should remain open. That did happen. Okay, nice. Very nice. Cool. And I mean that's pretty much it, right? Okay, let me open this so I can look at the changes. I only changed this one line, right? Yeah. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to, let's just clean the solution. Okay. Run code cleanup. And then I want to, what's the difference between clean solution and clean Stonebot? I guess because Stonebot's just one project in the solution. It's weird. 1 minute warning for ads. I want to build this. Just to make sure I'm not getting any weird errors or anything. Remove unused parameters. Yeah, so these are just stuff for in the future. Okay, so it built. Built a did. Built a did. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is fix up these expand and collapse icons, because these are this is currently just text. This is a V and this is the caret. Definitely don't want to do that. Definitely want something that looks a little bit better. So let's try and do that. And I don't actually remember like how I created some of these other icons, but we're gonna figure it out. Okay. New. I don't remember. Resources. This is 256 by 256. Okay, these are all 256 by 256. So let's do that. Okay. All right, give me that. Yeet you. Okay. So I just want white. And how do I want to do this? I just want an up and a down arrow, right? So let's give me a grid. Configure grid. Give me 16 by 16 cells. View show grid. There we go. Okay. So this is, why is my brush the size of Russia? Okay. So this is my middle line. This thing here. Just in case you couldn't tell. So I want to basically make something that's like this, right? Where it's like, it doesn't take up the full height of this thing, but it's like vertically centered. So where's my, so my horizontal center is this. So I want what, like the tip to reach there. So this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4 in. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, so like here. So it would actually look something like this. And then obviously for the down one, we can just like vertically flip it and it's fine. I don't actually know if we can vertically flip it in the code or if I'm gonna have to make a whole new icon for it. We might be able to flip it. We'll see. But okay. I do want it to be like rounded approximately. So should this be, yeah, so if I have like, let's say the tip is here. Give me a circle of some kind. Not that big though. Give me a circle that's like 16 here. 16. Okay, that works. Okay, so something like this, right? You know what, actually, let's, as long as we're here. Pop that like this. And we'll do the same thing on this those are the rounded bits. Is that gonna be thick enough? I feel like it should be thicker. Right, like you can imagine. Can I do it with this brush? If I click here and then do like a shift. Why is it not? Oh, snap. Okay. Nice. Okay, I do kind of I need to get rid of these other lines though, because they're confusing me a little bit here. I just needed them for measuring stuff. Okay, give me my pixel brush back. That it doesn't matter, it's gonna get filled in anyway. Why is this off though? I need to get rid of that? Yeah, okay. And then there's this. Again, this is going to get filled in, so I don't need to mess with that little bit there. That's off. Okay. That looks correct. So, like, imagine we draw, like, a line that connects the top one to the left and then the top one to the right. I feel like that's not going to be thick enough. But I suppose we can find out. So if I just go, boom, whoops, give me this tool. If I just go boom to boom, I forgot to hold shift, hang on. To boom, and then let's take this one to here. Yo, what's up, Dom? How's it going? I am attempting to make an up arrow so that I can replace these symbols here. Still sick but better? Nice. Did you have to taking any drugs or anything? Or just generally feeling better? Have 6% batter, so I might die soon. Okay. You know, your device is a little bit different than you. You don't have to die along with your device. I mean, I know you're sick and all, but you know. Stay with me, Dom. Alright, so let me go from here to why did I hang on? Why did I do it like this? What? Okay, I don't know why I decided to do it like this, but this is... Get rid of this. Get rid of this. It was like right there or something. Okay, so this one, I need to be like that. So it's like ovalish by exactly 1 pixel. This one, there's 2 and 3. Two, three. Is it like this? You know what? Whatever. Let me just... I'm overcomplicating this. Okay. So there's that. Except there's 2 pixels on the left here that need to be... There we go. Okay. That's a circle. I'm a creature of the internet. No internet, no life. Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like I spend the vast majority of my time in front of a computer, so I cannot judge. Okay, so go from here to here, and then go from here to... Why is this shaped like that? Ooh! I know it doesn't matter, it's just 1 pixel, but like, it's gonna bother me. To there, okay. Why? I did it exactly the same in both directions, and yet it's 1 pixel. Why? GIMP. Why? Why is it not even on both sides? But okay, so you see what I'm saying? Like it's too thin. It's got to be thicker. It's got to be thicker. And now that I'm realizing, I can actually just do 1 side and then copy, mirror it, and then paste it. So I don't actually need to do both sides. And I don't have to worry about it being like off. Okay. Let's increase the size of my circle then. Let's try something like 24. What does 24 look like? First of all, yeet this. Goodbye. Okay. Something like that. I mean, that's better. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if this is any actual better. That's not bad. I still feel like it's a little bit thin. Yo, what's up, Glitch? In my never-ending quest to create tons of unfinished projects, I am now creating a FNAF-like game. Nice. I feel like... Well, I probably shouldn't say this, but I feel like FNAF-like games are relatively easy, at least in terms of, like, coding it, right? Because you don't have to deal with, like, hitboxes and weird stuff like that. But I feel like it's a good project to start. Whoops, I meant to erase. If you must add another unfinished project, I feel like that's a good idea. Okay. I don't know. What do we think? Obviously, it needs some cleaning up so we don't have like pixelated edges. What do we think of the thickness? Let me get rid of the grid here. I'm trying to create an icon that can replace like these up and down arrows when we expand and collapse the little menus here. What do we think? Should I make the line thicker? I used to gamble 300 USD of CS2 skins half a year ago. I sold them for 650 USD in value. I'm getting a Steam Deck OLED 1 terabyte. Dang. I haven't really ever like considered getting a Steam Deck. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard bad things about it, but it's just like I don't feel like I would use it, you know? But that's crazy. I heard that there was a major update with like CS. I don't know what game, but there was I think it was some Counter-Strike game where like they made an update where you could trade items, and it like completely crashed the economy. It's way simpler than most games. Yeah, maybe 50% thicker. Okay, or less. It's close though. Okay. All right. So, 36. Okay, let's yeet this. Give me the grid. Okay. So we're going here, here. Yeet that. Give me the thing. Okay. That's maybe actually. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Let me select all of this stuff. Let me copy paste. Flip it. Bam. Scooch it over here. Like that. Okay. That's not bad. Let me remove the grid. Oh, view, show grid. There we go. That's not bad. I'm debating whether or not to make it even thicker. Yo, what's up, Clortax? How's it going? Working on Stonebot today. In the last stream, I made an update where all of the like details and everything of the commands are now collapsible. So you can click this little down arrow button, and then you have all the options to edit everything. Just because like when all of these are open, it gets a little bit difficult to look at everything. So I added the ability to collapse all of that stuff. So now what I'm doing is I am trying to create actual icons for like this down arrow and this up arrow. Because right now this is just like the caret character, and this is a capital V. So they don't look the greatest. But I think this is okay. Like this doesn't look too bad, right? Obviously I need to like take care of the edges, but I'm just talking about the thickness. Like that looks not bad. So let's take care of the thickness, and I feel like if I scale the image, I will go down exactly 1 pixel cubic. And if I hit the scale button, you can see it like automatically sort of blurs these edges. And then if I scale it back up, yeah. does a little bit of work for me. It still does look a little bit jagged, but I feel like there's not much I can do about that, you know? It died and I'm back. Welcome back. Did you revive it? Maybe I'm just being overcritical, but like I feel like it looks weird. No? Does it still look jagged? I'm looking over it at the stream preview, and I feel like it definitely still looks jagged. What did I say? Did you revive your device? Is that why you're back? I mean, like, you're going to be seeing it. Like, how big is it going to be approximately? Like, it's going to be like that. Probably smaller than this. So, like, I guess it doesn't matter that it's a little bit jagged, but it just feels weird, man. It just feels weird. Alright, whatever. Let's export as. I don't know where we're going here. This path. Can I not? Okay, well, projects, coding, Visual Studio, Stonebot, resources. Okay, there we go. I'm revealing my entire folder structure to the internet. Maybe this is not a good idea, but it's fine. You guys wouldn't hack me, right? Let's call this, can I call it Arrow? Do I have anything that's already called Arrow? I do not. Okay. Let's call it Arrow. Export. Okay, I don't need any of this stuff. Nope. Don't need any of this stuff. Nobody cares. Compress it as much as physically possible. That sounds like a phenomenal idea. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. I think it's jagged just because of the slope angle combined with the pixel scale. I agree. I just feel like there has to be some way of like aliasing this in such a way that it looks less jagged, you know? But again, I think it's fine because you're going to be looking at it like at this size. Should I buy the Steam Deck or save for something else? I mean, it depends. It depends on what you want. Because as far as I'm aware, the Steam Deck is like designed for to be like a mobile thing. So like if you don't typically go, if you don't typically play games when you're out, then probably not. But also like if you don't already have a gaming setup, then it could just be your gaming setup, in which case I feel like it's perfectly fine. Alright, let's go into here. I actually need to close out of this. Let's... do I have to add this to, like, embedded? No, it should be fine. Yo, thank you for the hydrate. But I feel like in terms of like competitors to the Steam Deck, I feel like there's, well, didn't Xbox recently come out with a handheld? Because other than that, there's the Switch 2. But I have mixed feelings about Nintendo. I really like their video games, but them as a company is kind of a yikes. Isn't it helpers? No. UI utils? Here we go. Okay, this is where I put all the image stuff. The ROG something? Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. but never switch. I hate Nintendo right now. I was going to buy Valve Index. What is that? Valve Index. I don't know that I've heard of that. Oh, it's a VR thing? Upgrade your experience. That'd be cool. I've only used VR when it was like somebody else's setup and I was just like visiting. Like, it seems fun. I don't know how many games are for VR though. So I feel like I would have to look into like what games are available for it before I would be like, yeah, this is a good purchase. Technically, I'm getting them for free because I don't play CS2 anymore, and those skins went up in price like 500%. Okay, all right, we're doing like weird money math here. Like, oh yeah, it's free because I already have the money to pay for it. It's like, all right, sure, yeah, that's yep. All right, we need a new image. Get arrow icon. Okay, so I had to mess with some of the qualities of some of the icons because it looked weird, but maybe this is fine. I don't know, we'll have to see. Just return arrow, except this needs to be arrow. Take me to my constants. Arrow. Okay. Perfect. So now, in the command card, because it's currently pointing upwards, so in the, okay, here we go. This is going to be UI utils.get arrow icon. Okay, whoops. Let's see what that does. I'm paying for a physical product with digital gun skins. I mean, who would have thought? The modern age is quite crazy. Okay, clearly it did not like that. Standby resources arrow.png could not be found. But it's right here. Oh, hang on. I need to mark this as an Avalonia resource. There we go. That way it gets properly included in the build. All right. Oh, that's a little bit large. Hey, would you like to collapse the data? Or would you like to collapse this stuff? Mild suggestion, just, you know, if you want to, you can click on this massive button that takes up half the screen. How did I deal with this before? Okay, I must have adjusted the size. Arrow is equal to this. Or hang on, no, maybe I said like height. Yeah, I'll just manually set the height. YouTube, play my videos. Ad warning. Ads are gonna play in like 40 seconds. Let's make the height, I don't know, 50 Ds and see where that goes. So Valve Index or Steam Deck? Personally, I would say Steam Deck. but that's just me. Okay, that's not exactly what I thought was going to happen. It did not scale the image. It just cropped it. Okay, sure. Not what I was looking for. Interpolation. Okay, where is this used? Because this feels... I... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to do this in a weird way. That's fine. Do it 16 by 16 or 32 by 32. I mean, I've got like all kinds of wacky stuff. Well, I guess these are 32. But like this is 75. It's all kind of weird numbers. Okay, so let me just say var arrow equals this, and then I can say arrow dot width equals like 50 Ds. And then let's, whoops, that's not right. I need to replace this with arrow, there we go. Okay, now let's see what happens. Third person to tell me Steam Deck, third is the charm, isn't it? I'm getting Steam Deck then. Oh, I was the deciding factor? Oh boy, okay. Okay, that's still a little bit large. But the height seems fine. How tall is the button here? It's just whatever. Okay. So 50's okay. I might shrink it actually. Let's make the height. I don't know. Let's make it relatively small. I'll try your idea of 32 and see where that goes. See what happens here. You the decisive. So if I don't get it, I'm getting a refund from you then? No, that's not how this works. I was not aware this was happening. Why does it look like that? Pretty sure that's not what it's supposed to look like. Is it getting cut off vertically? Is that what's going on? Because this button has padding on it. Let's try this. And then I'll say arrow dot margin. I don't know, 2. It probably doesn't need much. You know what? Let's say 5, just for fun. And then honestly, I can get rid of this, right? I can probably get rid of that. Because if I'm specifying the height of the arrow, or rather the width of the arrow, that's fine. It does look jagged. That sucks. Hang on. What if I do the same thing that I did with some of the other ones, and I make them slightly higher quality? See what happens. Okay, now it's not jagged. Looks alright to me. Okay, what was the sizing that I used here? Width 32. And then just margin 5, okay. Seems good. So now let me see if I can like flip this thing vertically. Help me out here. Let's see. What is going on here? Okay. Hang on, let me show you this. Wait. What? Okay. So they're trying to do a similar thing that I'm trying to do. Scale x equals -1? Is that a thing? Scale? What? Okay, I don't know what they're talking about. In the render transform? Render transform? Dot value? I'm so what? Contains What are these variable names? The second element of the first row. Oh, so we're just like, right, yeah, sure. Okay, I don't think this is right. There's this other thing, render transform origin. Of course, yeah. Why would there only be one render transform? That's ridiculous. Unit? What am I looking at? Sure. What? Just yeah. Go ahead. What happens when I do this? What does it return? Oh, it returns the inverted image. Okay. This doesn't feel anything close to what I'm trying to do. Nobody responded. One person did an up arrow. How long ago was this? 2 years. Okay. Actually, what do we scale transform? What scale? Nope. Resources. Effect. Interesting. Nope. Okay, I can't just do that. All right, cool. Yep, didn't want to do that anyway. Stretch direction? Transitions? Okay, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Scan and visual. Okay. I'm sorry. I know English is not everybody's first language. Scale transform? Is this what I'm supposed to be using? Like, I'm so confused. What, render transform? I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing with this. I was in an abandoned house looking for stuff and found 2 security motherboard for security doors. They're like 700 a board and I have 2. Dang. That's kind of fun. I didn't know you did that. Well, I don't know if it's like a regular thing. Yes, I'm not scale X -1. And then what? Clear value. Do I just like stop? I didn't mean to press that. Like, is this something that I can do? Oh, this is gonna flip it the wrong way anyway. If it even works. Scale Y. That is bizarre. I mean, it works. Yeah, sure, man, sure. Okay, let me... I'm gonna yoink this. I'm gonna put it over here. I'm gonna say var equals UI utils dot get arrow icon. Okay. Say arrow dot measure transform equals this. Get rid of these guys. Okay. Let's go back over here. Okay. Does that work? Okay. They are arrows and they are pointing downwards. That's, yep. That is exactly what I wanted to happen. Yep. Seems good. Okay. I completely forgot to like actually change its size and stuff. Okay. Yeah, margin padding is what I want to happen. Okay. Padding. There we go. Lenel S2 LNL 1320 dual reader interface module. I like your funny words, Magic Man. All right, cool. Bam. Now we have our own custom icon for the down and up arrows. Those look, I have to say it, phenomenal. I actually really like that. I feel like it fits the aesthetic. Sweet. Okay. Let me, what changes did I make? Added an arrow, added some code to display the arrow, fixed that bug, more arrow stuff. Ew, I don't want that. Wait, do I want that? I don't think so. It's right here. Go away. Don't want that. Okay, that's better. Okay, let me only select this one. Fix new command bug. Okay, now we can do this. Add arrow icon. Bam. Push. All right. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Restart. Thank you. Okay. Close out of this. Oh, I forgot to do my code cleanup. Whoops. Hopefully that didn't change anything. Okay, we're fine. I write clean code anyway. I don't need an auto formatter. My code's perfect the first time. Okay. I don't think it matters. But yeah, whatever. I'll keep it like that. I want to build this and make sure that I don't have any weird errors. Again, this is fine because I haven't implemented these things yet. So they're just, you know, they're here. There is space in the UI for these buttons, but the buttons don't actually exist yet, which is fine. Okay. It is somewhat at the point where we can maybe do a very small full release. I shouldn't say full release because that like implies, well, yeah, no. It's going to be a minor version update. Despite the fact that this is like a massive change. I'd hesitate to say that I'm releasing Stonebot 1.0 because, like, you know, that's, I feel like there's a lot more that I want to do with it. Pico release. Is it Pico or Pico? But okay, let's do this. Does anybody use an x86 machine anymore? Do I even need to worry about that? Past couple of releases that I put on the GitHub have just been WinX64. You know, x86 is normal CPU, right? But like, do I need the x86 version of the thing, of the executable? Can I just do the x64? ARM is for mobile CPU or SBC, but like, if this is specifically meant for, you know, people using Windows with an x64 machine, do I even need to worry about? Do I need to worry about anything else? Do I even have? Yeah, I do have one of these. Fine, whatever. It's still Windows specific though, because I'm using some of the Windows APIs. That is one of the things that I eventually want to change, but for now it's Windows. Sorry, I know, but it's so much easier to just make it for Windows. At least with my current setup. Okay. So, let's go into this guy. What I want to do now, and I'm going to need your guys' help. I would like to stress test Stonebot. So, actually, let me do a console version so that I can see output. Stress. Yes, okay. So, in a minute, not right now, it's not even, I don't even have the program running. You could, calm down. It's not doing anything yet. Okay, so in a minute, when I both run the program and connect it, when I do those two things, then you can start spamming the commands. You can actually spam whatever you want, as long as it's within the chat rules. Please don't like be racist or anything like that. Okay, but you could say whatever you want. Oh, it's done building. Okay. So let me run this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into, why do I have so many of these things open? Let me go into custom data. I'm gonna make a copy of this. So all of the like quotes and all of the data associated with the feed record and all of that stuff, that's safe. Here's the backup. Which means you have free reign to use whatever command you want in whatever way that you want. You can type the same command over and over. You can type all kinds of different commands. You don't even have to type a command. You can do whatever. It's not connected yet. So when I hit the connect button, you can. This console should, in theory, print out all of the errors that occur. Ideally, this window remains empty. However, your job is to fill it as much as possible, as fast as possible. That is your task. So, as soon as I hit the connect button, you are welcome to start spamming. You can use any of the commands that you see here. Free reign. I mean, some of them have like permissions set up, but that's part of the stress test. Okay, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Let's see what happens. All right, cool. We've disabled lurk. We're feeding the cat a bunch of times. No errors yet. We've enabled the command feed. It was already enabled, so that's fine. Still no errors. We're still feeding the cat. We have disabled the lurk command, which was already disabled. We're disabling the hi command. There was no hi command, so that's fine. No errors. We got a link to the YouTube. We're still spamming feed, though. We got a second link to YouTube. Oh, no third link to YouTube, though. Exclaim quote disable command. Still no errors. All right, either I'm a good programmer or you guys are bad at breaking things. Just saying, you know? Again, I made a backup of all the data, so if you want to add quotes and remove quotes and disable whatever commands that you want, go ahead. Everything's backed up. You're free to do whatever. Self-destruct. Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny if I had a self-destruct command and it just like crashed itself. Wow. Oh no! Oh, we got errors. Okay. Wait, what does it say? What does it say? Response status code did not indicate success? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's weird. What are you typing? Exclamation point quote? What is it doing? It's because it exceeded the character limit? Is it? It just says bad request. Oh, is it because the quote is at the max character limit, and so when it tries to add this dash speaker onto the end of it, does that throw it over? I mean, how many characters is it adding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it adds 14 characters onto the quote itself, but you had to type ! Add quote space, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters. So I think you're right. It's adding 4 additional characters past the character limit. In theory, if the message that you sent is in fact exactly the character limit, then I think you're right. Dang, good call. Good catch. Okay. So that's not an issue with Stonebot. That's an issue with the way that I've coded this. Interesting. Okay. So I wonder if I should make it so that Stonebot it's like, where is it? Scripting, Python, script interface, here we go. So like when I try and send a chat message, I wonder if I should in here limit the actual message, or if I should do that in the script. I feel like I should do it here. Interesting. Yo, how's it going? Orenong? Ornong. I desperately need help to pronounce your name. But hello! How's it going? Can I ask you for something cosmic? You are welcome to ask. I don't have a whole lot of cosmic information, but can I get a star? I assume you sent a link to something. Links are not allowed. I liked your bronze? What does that mean? My bronze? All right, well, I'm going to be honest. I made Twitch Human on GitHub. Twitch Human. I'm curious. Twitch Human. I wonder if your majestic bronze man could please give me my first star. Twitch Human. The best, most realistic human Twitch bot. Interactive and configurable AI Twitch chatbot. Interesting. Drunkenness levels? Hang on, what is this? A setting for how crazy the bot responses are. How often it makes mistakes or typos. This is a typo, by the way. How quickly it can get very angry, happy, and more based on chat's vibe. The level does not have an upper limit. It can be increased as much as the user wishes. Multi-line messages? Ah, that's cool. Neat. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't give out stars. I'm sorry. It looks like a neat project though. That's kind of cool. The README is also funny. So I'll give you that. I don't star stuff though. Yeah, I'll put it on your stream then when it's done. Alright, well if it's not believable and it's just a regular bot, I'm probably gonna eat it. So you better hope I don't figure it out. It better be good. You'll talk to it for years. It's a threat. It better be good. It better be good. I completely lost track of what I was doing. Right. We were trying to figure out the character limit thing. Where did I put it? What? Hello? Where did my tab? Oh, it didn't pin the tab. Okay. What? Why is it doing this? Okay. So, trying to figure out, like, when we send a chat message, do we just cut it off at the character limit? Oh, excuse me. Honestly, not sure. How should we deal with a scenario where the user of the bot tries to send a message that's too long? We could do what Ornong is doing and split it into 2 chat messages. You're a beginner, right? Beginner to what? In Python? Relatively, yeah. Because like I could cut it off at a certain point and then add like an ellipsis. I could just cut it off entirely. Yeah, so this is C#, this is Python. So there's 2 parts to what I'm doing here. So like this dashboard, this is written in C#. But then each of these commands are Python scripts. So whenever somebody uses a command, it runs a Python script. I'm going to disconnect the bot now that we know that there's an error there. I thought my brain glitched. No, you're good. How long do you develop in general? I want to say like 10 years? Is like when I started learning how to code. Professionally though, like a little bit over 2. It's like A little bit less, but you know, I'm still a professional. This project in particular, though, has gone through like many different stages. This most recent stage is a couple months old. I don't remember when I started working on this version of the project. It would be a good idea, probably, for me to actually figure out what the the character limit is. I don't know. Which chat character limit? Maybe a search has an answer. 500 seems to be the limit. Somebody 2 years ago posted that the limit is 500. What are you making? A bot with no brain? Pretty much, yeah. How does it decide if it hates a user then? So yeah, it's a tool that you can use to make your own bot. So you can add commands, you can edit stuff like who's allowed to use the command and like how often, and then you can write your own scripts for it. So the application I'm working on is like this bit, right, where you can actually like configure the bot. And then in theory, a user can get this and they'll just have a clean slate, right? They won't have all these commands and they can create their own. Are you 28? I am 24. Close. Do I look old? Not that 28 is old, but you know. I do have a bit of a hairline problem, I will admit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. Like, I guess I just cut it off, right? Is there like some built-in function that I can use here? Max? Okay, not exactly what I was expecting. I mean, is there, no, first is like something different. I don't want to have to write my own function for this. What are these? That's not what I wanted. Your hairline looks 28. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. What's the issue? The message is too long? Yeah. So it seems like if the script tries to like send a message that's too long, I'm not properly taking that into account. And so it just throws an error instead of like actually doing what it's supposed to. I think your hair is made of many lines. I would assume so, something like that, yeah. I have a solution. What is your solution? Because I can come up with a couple ways, right? When the message is too long, load a small LLM, ask it to shorten it, and then use the result. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That'd be funny, though. Yeah, especially with like the quotes where I want it to be like exact. I mean, I guess what I could, well, okay, so two things. I should probably just like cut it off. Can I like index this? I'm googling it because this is. This is kind of annoying. I really don't want to have to write my own function, but I'm gonna have to. Oh, I'm dumb. The substring method exists. There we go. Okay. What does it take? Start index. Length. There we go. Solved. Substring can be simplified. Range operator. Sure, man. Of course. Just split it into multiple messages, cutting it off if it hits what would be a spam limit. See, I could do that. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of doing that. Because, like, this function is supposed to be like, hey, here's the message that you need to send, right? So I feel like it should be up to the user to determine what to do. I feel like the tool should just cut it off. And then if the user sends a message that, or if user tries to send a message that's over 500, then it'll get cut off, but it should be up to the user to determine what to do with messages that are over 500 characters. I'm not joking. You know how easy it is? Just do it. Nah. You code like a 40-year-old. Today, everything is AI. I don't... Okay. I'm not going to use it, though. I don't want to. Plus, I don't want to have to force... I don't want to have to make unnecessary network calls if something else is hosting the LLM, and I also don't want to put an LLM on the user's machine. Additionally, I don't want an AI to change the message that I'm sending. I want to send exactly the text that I'm trying to send. Totally makes sense for a send function to send in multiple parts. Its job is to send what it got, not to cut it. Yeah, but again, I don't feel like that should be... You're not wrong. I just don't like that solution. I think this simple solution is fine for now. I agree. I'll add it to my notes file here. What's the word? Cut off, truncated. There we go. Okay. So then I can just, you know, update the script to not accept quotes that are over a certain length, you know? If it becomes an issue, there can be a change in the future. Yeah. I'll just add it to the README, and then it's the user's fault if they don't, if they get it wrong. Now try doing the quote thing that you were trying to do. What is it, quote 87? See what happens. It's gonna look weird because I think it's not gonna do like the last bit of it. Oh. Oh, I forgot to hang on. I actually have to run the new code. That might help. Sorry, my bad. Okay, now try it. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so it just cuts it off. Okay. Was that the quote of 87? I think it was. I think it was. But see, I can't just feed this into an AI, right? I'd be missing out on all the precious A's. How could I get all 500 A's if I get an AI to cut it? I mean, I'm not getting 500 A's anyway, but like, you get the, you know, you get the idea. Okay. Should we continue the stress test? And AI will say A 500 times, then it's gonna get cut off anyway. I don't know. I feel relatively confident. We can keep stress testing if you really want to, but you know. No, it'll say A 500 times. Oh, I see. But see, then it's not an exact quote, you know? It's not the same. Like, if I verbally say A, you know, and so on, and somebody wants to quote me saying that, it's not going to be the same if it just says A 500 times, you know? You got to put all 500 A's. What did I change? All right. Add chat message character. Excuse me. Seems good. All right. Your bot doesn't even hear the stream. It doesn't need to. It's a chat bot. It needs to look at the chat. Just so it's an actual quote. I don't know if the bot caught on to that. Mine is better. All right. Yeah, I need to make a README for this. That is one thing I need to do. Ouch. Okay. You know what? Fine. I'll do whatever. I'll do the x86 version. How is C# helpful here? What do you mean? I'm significantly more familiar with C#. So that's like probably the biggest factor. Get good. Okay. Okay. So we've got those. Before I throw that into a release, I can just do it here, right? Read me empty. Yeah. Hello world. Done. Actually, show me a preview. Because can't you do like, what is it, like this? That is not what I expected. Oh, is it? It's hashes, right? I don't use that character. I don't know where it is on my keyboard. Yeah, there we go. Is it like... Yeah, okay. There we go. And then... Toto. There we go. All right. I'll leave that for later. Yep, I 100% agree with you, Glitch. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. Comments about my hairline. Comments about my coding ability. I don't know, man. You come in here begging for a star and then start throwing stuff like that around. Kind of weird, kind of cringe. Okay, I can make the readme later. Do I want to make it later? It's probably fine. Add readme. Okay. So I think what I want to do is merge that into the other branch that I have. Go here. Yeah, okay. So this is the branch that I've been working off of. 0.5.0 alpha. I want to PR. Here we go. Okay, let's put it into UI rework. How long has it been since I put a PR into UI rework? I updated my packages last time. Surely they don't need another update, right? Surely. Packages. No, okay, we're good. There's the arrow we added. Script. Oh, that's right. I changed a bunch of... Okay. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I'll say fix scripting package search, I guess. I mean, I use that word in the actual commit message. That's fine. And command functions. I did that then? I guess so, okay. Functions, script interface, border to subheader, that's whatever. This is bad. Whoops, that's, wait, what? No, I don't care about that stuff. I don't want the link and everything. I just want like a brief summary of the changes. There we go. Okay. Small feature update. Okay. Sure. Seems good. Why not? All right. So now it's on the UI rework. The drop-down arrow is canon now. It's on the UI rework branch. It's not on the main branch yet. And I feel like I should actually fill out the README before I put it on the main branch, because the main branch is still like the old version of Stonebot. So it's not canon, it's canon. Sure. Okay. So I feel like, I guess we should, description. How do I want to split this up? Installation. Install. 1 minute warning. You will get ads in 1 minute. Install. Uninstall. Should I even have a section for contributing? Nobody's gonna work on this, right? Nobody. Nobody would dare touch my messy code. It's nice how Ornong left immediately when called out for rage baiting. You know, that's all it takes sometimes. Like, I don't know, man. I was gonna call them out for begging for a star, and then they seemed like they were gonna be a regular chatter, and then they just kept like pretty much insulting me. And it's like, yeah, you've got the hairline of a 28-year-old. Get good. You should use AI everywhere. It's like, okay, dude, chill. What are you doing? Is this because I said I wouldn't star your repository? Contributors Stone 5555 and Stone 50 exactly. I mean, it's like it's all open. It's all open source. You can visit the GitHub if you want to, and you can make changes if you really want to. But you know, again, the code's a bit of it's a bit of a mess. I feel like if you're not already familiar with it, then it takes a bit to actually figure out what's going on. But yeah, that usually happens. Like, there was one person I remember when I was streaming like a really long time ago, where they just like would not stop with the weird, like they would just randomly say like poop or something, right? Like it had nothing to do with anything that was going on. They would like randomly have like some inappropriate or sexual message in chat, and I'd just be like, dude, what are you doing? And like most of the time when you call out somebody like that, they just like are, you know, they stop because they realize there's going to be repercussions most likely. But that person just like kept doing it, and like they would wait several streams to send a new one. So it was like, okay, well they're not. I tell them to stop, and then they technically stop. So it's like, do I do anything about this? And eventually I ended up banning them because it's like, okay, I've asked you several times. It's time. But yeah, for the most part, they just, you know, they figure it out. I mean, I feel like this is... actual usage, right? Because I'm probably going to need a whole lot of information as to like how to actually create these scripts, like how to write them, and like, you know, this stonebot.reply. Like, I'm the developer, so I know that this is a thing, but I should probably also like document that. Although, is the README the place to document that kind of stuff? Or should I just say like, hey, go to the wiki because I don't want the README to be 10 million lines long. Is that actually, did I get 10 million? Easy. I just spammed the 0 button. Okay. I'm gonna remove that and write an actual thing. But okay. Very technically, I'm a contributor since I made the current version of the logo. Not enough to feel like I need credit, but enough to technically count. That is true. That is very true. If you have... Wait, can I like add a contributor here? I think I can like send you a request to be a contributor, is how that works. Because usually the contributors like show up over here, I think, right? Collaborators? Is that what they're called? Okay, I'm not doing that. I don't want to have to bother with the stupid 2-factor authentication. But like, I would definitely add you as a contributor if that was like an easy thing to do, but I don't know how to do that. I feel like that's more than enough to count as a contributor. Okay, so what is Stonebot? Because Stonebot's not an actual bot, right? Stonebot is a tool a bot making tool. Is there supposed to be a hyphen here? I feel like there's supposed to be a hyphen. A bot making tool. Noting I'm fine being a secret art maker. All right. Fair enough. I could be really arrogant here and change this to a the. That's also not how you spell bot. Okay. Hey guys, look at me. I'm gonna be arrogant and say it's the bot making tool. Oh, there's a spelling mistake. Great. All right. Listen. Listen. Installation. Uninstallation. Usage contributed. Yeah, that's fine. Stone Botion. Okay. Me, when I want to create a true-false data point, a bit making tool. Okay, so how do you install this thing? So, step one. Download the download the what's the word? I want to tell them to download the exe, but the one that's like appropriate for their system. Like down, because it feels weird to just say download the correct .exe from the releases tab. You know? Like what should this word be? Download the maybe I should just rephrase this. Download the exe for your system from the releases tab. I don't know. Download the things. Well, okay, so the reason I want to specify this is because in every release, there's both an exe and this lib folder. And technically, the lib folder is optional. So I want to make a note of that by saying, okay, in order to install this, you need the exe, but the lib folder is optional. And then I can, explain to them what to do with the lib folder. But there's gonna be, this one is for Win64, and this one is for Win86. Appropriate, maybe? That is how you spell that, right? I didn't make any mistakes. Okay, it seems like it. For your system. That seems fine, right? And then I'll say optional but recommended. Download the lib because they're going to be in zip files. Like, should I just spell it out? Executable? I feel like I'm getting hung up on something that doesn't matter a whole lot. Okay. So as you downloaded both of those, should I just say download and extract? That way I don't have to have like another step for this. Okay. And at this point, you can like just run StoneBot. It feels weird to say execute the executable file. But like, you need to start StoneBot. How do I phrase that? Like run StoneBot or something. I say like that feels weird. Kill the killable file. Run the exe. Say and setup, because I also want to add instructions for like for like how to get the client ID. Just in case somebody is not familiar with that, with that process. I want to add instructions for doing this as well. So not just installing the program, like actually getting everything set up. As opposed to libraries, which are notorious for being impossible to kill. Right, exactly. They could be burned. But do they ever truly die? Since Alexandria is, I was gonna say. Okay. So maybe I can put setup in a different, like, in a different thing here. Setup. Okay. Folder includes what is it called? Standard libraries for scripting. I just wanted to add a little bit more so that people know like why it's optional but recommended. The library system has achieved greater armoring since then. That's true. That's true. Okay, download and extract the lib folder from the releases tab. The lib folder includes standard libraries for scripting. Okay, if you like want to use or are using, if you want to use the lib folder, okay, run the exe. Is this going to properly indent? It does, nice. Okay, so run the exe, move the lib folder into, and then it's you're gonna need to move it into like here. So it's gonna be your local app data. Some libraries are willing to remove all the oxygen from the room to save the books. Books greater than people in this aspect. Are those like, I assume they're like some kind of historical preservation thing that does that. But yeah, it's kind of cool, the kind of stuff that they do to preserve that stuff. How do I phrase this? Like, this will create a StoneBot directory in your local app data. Folder, and then I'll give like an example. Oh, it's gonna be weird. Is it which way does the slashes go? To the left. Okay. App data. Local. Whoops. Okay, what does that look like? Oh. Oh, because I hadn't put them in the little backticks yet. Okay. And that's what, like, users, yeah. It's like C:, God, I forget this stuff. C:, yeah, okay. Why is my cursor up there? Users slash, you know, some user, and then app data local StoneBot, I think. Does that look right? Something like that, yeah. Okay. Okay, move the lib folder into the script directory in the, I keep using the wrong one, StoneBot folder. slash scripts slash lib. Okay. I think that's it. That's everything for the installation. For setup, create a, what is it called? Oh, I don't have it. Okay. Twitch console. Twitch console. Do I have? I've got that open. Okay. Twitch console. Okay. So you'll need to create one of these guys, an application. So create a Twitch application. Navigate to. I could say go to, but navigate to sounds so much better. Okay, navigate to here. Yeah, register your application. Okay. Click register your application. Just want to make sure the capitalization is correct. Okay, it's every word. Register your application. Okay, so if you click on that, what's actually going to happen? Okay. So... testing, and then a bunch of numbers. Okay, why am I not allowed to create it? Okay, so I do have to put a redirect URL there. Okay. I actually forget. What do I use with mine? I don't think this is gonna show. Oh, it's gonna show that. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's just this. Okay. You didn't see anything. Nobody used that information. Okay, I just want to make a note of that. So when you actually click here, oh, this is still running. That's fine. Like, I chose to censor it here just because, I don't know. Before you had to add like other information that actually did need to be censored, but technically this client ID does not need to be censored, so it's fine. Like, I was kind of considering removing the censoring, honestly, because again, you don't need it. I clicked back on the tab to see you in the Twitch dev portal and saying you didn't see anything. Well, yeah, I briefly showed my client ID, which again is fine. It doesn't technically need to be censored. But that's fine. Okay, so just name the application. Name your bot. Yeah, okay. That should be fine. Like, really the damage comes if you, like, show your client secret, but the client ID is technically okay. So in the whatever field, put this. Do I actually? I won't put quotes because people might accidentally put the quotes around it. Okay, so what is it called? OAuth redirect URLs. Yeah, so give it a name, put localhost, because this is entirely a local application. Select the chatbot option category. I forgot I'd been using periods in all of these. They don't need periods. Okay, maybe they do, because this is multiple sentences. Okay, they need periods. Okay, now I will do quotes around this, because people will probably understand what I mean by this, right? Like, I just want the actual, like, HTTP localhost, not with the quotes around it. They'll probably get the gist. Okay, select the chatbot category, and then I believe it's... I should have looked at this. Okay. Hang on. What am I doing for... Okay, I did mark it as public. That makes sense. Okay. Select the public client type. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, client type. Okay. And then click create. Create. 1 minute warning for ads. Ads will play in 1 minute. Okay, you may need to complete a CAPTCHA, but I'll let the user figure that out. Complete the cap. How is it spelled? It's like weird capitalization, isn't it? Oh, it's just re and then in all caps CAPTCHA. I'll say if applicable. Okay, and then click create. Boom. You've got your thing. And then I'll say copy the client key. Unless the user is a robot, it shouldn't be much of a concern nor confusion. I mean, I also feel like it's a little bit funny to just have this in there. to be like, hey, you need to complete the CAPTCHA. If for whatever reason the CAPTCHA doesn't show up, then, you know, they can just disregard this step, but... I don't know, do you think it's better if I remove it? I think it's kind of funny. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull up mine on my other monitor here, because I keep forgetting what the actual layout looks like when you actually create the thing. Okay, it's just, okay. Copy, not the client key, client ID for the next step. And then we can figures down bot. I'll say run the exe if it's not already running. Again, I feel like it's just funny to put that. Make sure you are not StoneBot. Yeah, it's funny. Okay. Click on the config button in the top right. Paste your client ID in the... It's just called client ID, right? Yeah, okay. Client ID field. My music stopped. You know what? I actually put the username on top. Enter the username of the broadcaster that you want to connect the bot to. Not case sensitive. I'm pretty sure I made this. Yeah, case insensitive, okay. Cool. Good thing I put these extra info buttons here. Okay. After you do that, I'm probably not gonna, these aren't technically needed for the setup process, so I don't know, should I explain what these settings do? On installation, delete system32. That would technically uninstall. That would do it, yep. Because like they also have like these little info bubbles. So I feel like I don't need to explain them in the setup process because they have default values. I think it's fine. Click save. Top right. Okay. I mean, I think that's it. Oh, you're gonna have to authorize. Okay. And the authorization process is a little bit irritating, so I don't actually want to do that. I'm gonna have to, aren't I? Unless... Unless I go to one of my previous VODs where it shows exactly what the process is. Oh no, but this was before I made the changes. Okay. Okay, hang on. No, this was the wrong one. Wait, hang on. Now I gotta find which VOD it is. Is it this one? I swear there was a stream where I showed off the entire authorization process. Disable command Discord. It's not connected. I'm gatekeeping. Oh, I have two. Why do I have two VODs that look identical? Ugh, okay, whatever. Let's do this. Because I don't actually remember. I don't actually remember if it's okay to show this. I think it is. But I'm gonna reauthorize myself here. Okay. Okay, so I click the authorize button. And if I remember correctly, I have to log into the bot account. Okay, yeah, that did work. Okay. But now that I logged into the bot account, I logged out of my account, so now I can't see chat. It's annoying. Okay. Get cred when you share. Oh my gosh, Twitch, stop sending me all the notifications. Okay, I can see chat again. Welcome back. Okay, just to make sure that this actually still works, it does in fact connect. Why did unlurk not do anything? Hmm? What does unlurk do? It just says welcome back. Really? Did this really break it? Seriously? This doesn't just like... Okay. Actually, can I do this? Like, really? This is what I have to do? It doesn't just like do that automatically? Alright, now let me try. Nope. Didn't do anything that time. Hello? The heck is wrong with the unlurk command? I'm so confused. Why did the feed work? Oh, because it's disabled. Dang it, glitch! You're making me think I'm crazy. Okay. So it works. So it works. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I want to say, okay. Make sure you are logged into the Chatter's Twitch account when authorizing. Yeah, so that just means like, because this chatting as, it'll pick this up based on who is logged in at the time that you authorize. So like authorizing doesn't, if you are already logged into Twitch and you authorize, it'll just like automatically use whatever account is logged in. So like if in my case you have two different accounts, like my Twitch account and then the bot account, you got to make sure to log into the bot account in order to do this authorization. Reminder, I was just meant to be an ad quoter. Okay, I thought my music stopped there for a second. Okay. So follow the instructions to pop up. Click done on the pop-up. And I think that's it. So create a Twitch application, navigate to the console, register your application, name the bot, put localhost, select the chatbot category, public, complete the CAPTCHA, create, copy the client ID for the next step, run the exe, click the config button at the top right, enter the username of the broadcaster you want to connect the bot to. Paste your client ID in the client ID field, click save in the top right, click authorize at the top. Follow the instructions in the pop-up, make sure you're logged into the Chatter's Twitch account when authorizing, click done on the pop-up. Okay, I'm gonna play Bad Time Simulator and tell you how far I get in one attempt. What is Bad Time Simulator? I've never heard of this. JCW87's web projects. Bad Time Simulator in parentheses Sans Fight. Select your bad time. Okay. I look forward to your update. I have never played Undertale, so I don't I'm not familiar with that fight. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's it. That's all you have to do to configure everything. So now no, not actual usage. We have to instruct people on how to install this, or uninstall it. Delete the /stonebot directory how did I phrase it? Your local app data folder. I'll use this capitalization. Just use this. Warning. Warning, this will delete all scripts. Yeah. There we go. This is quite literally how you uninstall it. You just delete this one directory in your app data folder, and then you delete the exe. Now, I could make like an uninstall script, but that's for future reference. Okay. Contributing. Don't. No, that's okay. Okay, so I mean, for now we only have commands. So I should separate this into commands and then scripting. Okay. Create a new command. Click a new command button. The command's name will be used by chatters with an exclamation point to trigger it. For example, exclam. Do I even need an example here? What's a common command? YouTube. Okay. First try, nice. How many times have you done that? Not first try, just completed the fight in general. Okay. Name must be unique to other commands. Must not be the same as other commands and must contain alpha once, maybe twice. Wow. Nice. First try. How do you spell alphanumeric? Is it all one word? It is all one word. Alphanumeric characters. aka ABC to Z, ABC 1, 2, 3. They'll understand, right? The command's permission level determines who is allowed to use the command. Fun fact, I won on my first ever attempt, although I practiced each attack beforehand through the practice mode. Okay. This time I didn't practice, though. That's pretty impressive. Like I said, I've never played Undertale, so I haven't ever done the fight, but I've seen other people do it, and it does not seem easy. I don't want to say rank. Anyone with a permission level at or above the one set will be able to use the command. It's more unfair than difficult. Oh, okay. So is it like super RNG based or something? Or is it just like a lot of attacks that you can't react to? Breaks a lot of the rules you've grown accustomed to over the time of the game. Oh, okay, gotcha. Ad warning, ads in 1 minute. For example, a command with a permission level set to let's just say VIP. Set to VIP can only be used by VIPs, moderators, and the broadcaster. Okay. Command's permission level determines who is allowed to use the command. Anyone with a permission level at or above the one set will be able to use the command. For example, a command with a permission level set to VIP can only be used by VIPs, moderators, and the broadcaster. I feel like that makes sense. Okay, and then cooldown seconds. The commands cool down. Determines how frequently can be used if a chatter tries to use the command before the cooldown. It will not trigger. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some way of explaining what a cooldown is to somebody who doesn't know what a cooldown is. Is that even necessary? Or is that just going too far? Like, is this a... You know what, let me make this bigger so it's easier to see. Like, is this fine? The command's cooldown determines how frequently it can be used. If a chatter tries to use the command before the cooldown, it will not trigger. I think cooldowns are common knowledge. Cool. Okay. Commands can be enabled / disabled by clicking the power icon in the top right. Power button in the top right of their card. Next to their name in the dashboard. Okay. At least for those who have enough computer knowledge to download and use Stonebot. That's fair. I'm just trying to think of like... No, I'm overthinking it. You're right. Okay. I just realized the only way for you to tell whether or not a command is enabled is the color of both the button and the border. And it toggles between red and green, which means people that are colorblind probably aren't... Well, I don't know how being colorblind works. So maybe this is okay. I might want to change the icon to have it like crossed out or something. That might look weird. That might be something that I'd change in the future. I mean, I feel like that's like obvious, but I'm overthinking it again. Okay, so that's just the commands. I feel like I should have like a general, because like it's not, when I do add more than just commands, so like the pattern matching, right? Like if you just type the word StoneBot, for example, without the exclamation point anywhere in your message, then it can respond to that kind of a thing. That's also going to have the functionality of being enabled and disabled. So I feel like I should just put this in like the general usage section. Interactions can be enabled, disabled by clicking the power button next to their name in the dashboard. Oops. Okay, and then what's the other thing that I was going to add here about the general usage? Edit script, I think. Clicking the edit script button under an interaction will open the Python script with your default program by the default configured program. Does that make sense? Clicking the edit script button under an interaction will open the Python script by your default configured program. Which is like specific to your system. So like I have my computer set up so that when I try and open a Python file, it'll open it in Visual Studio Code. But if, for example, you tried to open a Python file with Python itself, it would instead attempt to execute the script because you're opening it like with Python instead of with an editor. So like, does this sentence make sense for that functionality? Clicking the edit script button under an interaction will open the Python script by your default configured program. I feel like that's okay. Trash can. Is trash can one word? I don't think it is. Trash can. Yeah, it's 2 words. Okay. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's pretty obvious, but I'm just gonna like. Whatever, man. Interactions can be I think that makes sense. Because, like, everything's going to have an edit script and a delete button. It's just, like, all of, like, the permission level and the cooldown seconds and stuff are not going to be standard between all the things. So that's why I want this in the general section and not specifically the command section. What does this look like now? Okay, I'll just put this for now because I only have commands. I say interactions because I mean like commands and pattern matching and timers. But currently I only have commands set up, so I'll just add that. Okay. Is there anything else I need to add to general? I mean, the connect and disconnect button, obviously, I guess. I'm clicking the connect / disconnect button in the top left. Will connect disconnect or bot to the broadcaster's chat. Okay. Scripting. This is probably going to be the largest section of them all. Just trying to figure out where I should put all of this information. Say, use Python. Python to create Python scripts to create your own Twitch chat bot making tool. this sound weird? I feel like this is okay. A tool for making your own. So, like, this is just the general description. A tool for making your own Twitch chat bot. Write Python scripts to have your bot interact with chat. I feel like that's okay. Okay. Stonebot includes Python 3.4, so it is not necessary to download Python. But it is recommended. Okay. Yeah, how do you download a Python? Okay. View older releases. What? Okay. Oh, this box is okay. Find me a 3.4. That's not what I meant. Find me a Python 3.4. Okay, here we go. This was released like a long time ago. Okay. 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 Stonebot includes Python 3.4, so it is not necessary to download Python, but it is recommended and can be found at this. Scripts are generated with some code to help with type checking plus auto complete features that your editor may have. This code is not necessary for your scripts to work. Okay. It's not like I basically have to explain all of this stuff. I mean, the easy way to do this is to just explain the functions first, because those are relatively straightforward. What's not super straightforward is this. Because, like, along with these log functions, I also kind of had to explain how logging works in StoneBot, which is fine. I'm getting sleepy, so I'm going to leave now to focus on either projects or sleeping, whichever is more enticing. Honestly, I'm probably going to call it here, because, yeah, trying to figure out how to, like, explain all of this stuff is going to take me some thinking on how to do that effectively. So I think it's probably good to call it. Here, I'll say fix message truncation, and then date readme. Okay. That seems like a good place to stop. I don't know if I'm going to continue working on the README on stream. That feels like something that's probably going to be done off stream, because I don't think it's like terribly interesting. Although, I don't know, it might be interesting to hear me explain exactly how everything works. Don't know. I'll probably end up doing it off stream, because I kind of want to do some other stuff on stream. Like maybe potentially getting back into Hollow Knight. Because I heard that I probably need to continue doing that in order to like get the full experience from Silksong, which is something that I want to do. So I might come back to that. That might be next stream. Also need to consider speed snailing because it's been a while since I've done that as well. But yeah, I'll let you know in the Discord. But that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a good one. Peace.